Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. It is our first university gathering, and we are very excited to have this opportunity. We realized that Sunday was the most suitable day for our students. That's why we decided to hold it on Sunday. We thank you all for making this meeting, even though for many of us it's not the best day to have the meeting, but still, we have a lot of people here with us, and we are very thankful for them. I want to thank you for coming, but I also would like to take this opportunity and thank Shindig for hosting this event over the weekend and for giving us this great platform pro bono. Thank you so much. We are very excited. We are very proud to open the gates to high quality higher education for all qualified students. Many of them would not have the opportunity otherwise. We have refugees, we have migrants, we have undocumented students, first generation students, victims of natural and man-made disasters, as well as those who want to study at a university with a mission, and a university that is changing the world of higher education. We have an amazing group of students, you. I was privileged enough to meet many of our students over the years, including some last month in Australia, Vietnam, and Thailand. I thought that it is important using this gathering to go over some of our amazing milestones from the recent few years. UNESCO stated or estimated that in 2025, there will be nearly 100 million students who will not have seats in the then existing universities. We are here to open the gates to these students. As such, we are very excited that we are experiencing a massive growth. By now we have 6,000 students. We have 6,000 students from about almost 200 countries, and the students are of all ages and from very different backgrounds. We recently added 2 new programs. We added an MBA, our first master degree program, which is there for you, the students who graduate with bachelor but need to go the extra step to succeed in your career. We are very happy that we offer master level program. Moreover, recently we announced our third program in a associate and bachelor degree of our third discipline, health science, and both include associate and bachelor degree. We believe that this new offering is very important to many students around the world, to many countries around the world, and we are very happy to have these 2 new programs to address this critical shortage of skills in the healthcare industry around the world. We also introduce 2 foundation courses, 2 new way of new path for admission. Both the two new foundations are there both for the students and for us. It is for us to see that the students who join us are up to our academic standards. It is our mission to open the gates to every qualified student. At the same time, we want to ensure that those who are studying with us meet our academic standards, our higher academic standards. As such, we decided to launch 2 foundation courses to enable the students to take them to show us that they meet our standards before they continue with the program. Obviously, they get credit for these 2 courses, but they cannot continue with us before they pass these 2 courses. At the same time, it's great for the new students because it enables them to experience what it means to study with the University of the People, to see if it meets their requirements, if it's up to their expectations, and if they want to continue with us. If they don't, They are welcome to quit and not continue with us. So we believe that these two foundation courses is a win-win situation, both for the students and for us. We announce admission and program. We announce admission and program advising. We created a system where our students have a single point of contact, where our students have a single point of contact within the university, our great advisors, many of them are our graduates, to make sure that whenever you, the students, encounter any problem, any challenge, instead of looking around and trying to find out who is the right person in the university to answer the question, whom should I contact with, what's the right way to address it, you have a single person in the university to be there for you, to help you with any question you have. We have celebrated actually a quite unique success. Following our partnership with Yale University, we recently announced a new partnership with UC Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley, partner with us in order to enable our associate degree graduates to be able to apply to continue their studies with UC Berkeley. This is an amazing achievement for University of the People and its students. For you, the students that are up to Berkeley standards, especially if you are from California and can make it into Berkeley, it's a great achievement. It's one of the best universities of the world. Obviously, we all celebrate the fact that UC Berkeley recognize our degree. Moreover, accept all the courses that our students study with us and can continue. So it's a great endorsement of our program. This partnership follow our previous partnership with NYU. We partners with NYU years ago, actually, to enable our top performing students after a year with us to continue their studies, to transfer to NYU Abu Dhabi to complete their BA there. We are very happy to have these two partnerships. We are very happy to give some of our students, the opportunity not only to study at our great university, but to take the step further to other institutions as well. As many of you know, we have a president, we have our president council, our top academic leadership forum or council of presidents of great universities, chaired by NYU President Emeritus John Sexton. We have in our president council Nick Dirks from Berkeley, Thorsten Weisel, who is the Rockefeller University president and a Nobel Prize winner, Colin Lucas from Oxford, and many other university presidents. We actually have not announced, but we are very happy to share with you that we have 3 recent additions to our President Council. The provost, the president of Columbia University, the president of Columbia University, the president of Duke University, and of a Vassar College, 3 amazing institutions that their presidents are with us. And they're all, as you know, volunteers. We also have great people on our team, such as our provost and vice provost, who are coming from Columbia University, our deans, who are from NYU and Princeton, and they're only part of the 5,000 volunteers that we have that come to help us make this mission possible, who come to us to help the University of the People to succeed in its mission. And as we all witness, we are on the way. While we are still a young university, we already have graduates. We have over 3 100 graduates. Some of them are working in amazing places such as IBM, PwC, Amazon, World Bank, HP, and many Microsoft, many other places. We are very proud of these companies that open their gates to our graduates, but even more so for our students who are good enough to be in such companies and do very well there. We still feel that it's only the beginning, but we are on the way to open great gates to our students. By the way, 40% of our students, when we ask them, say that they got advance in their career since started studying with us. So while obviously we are still young and most of our students are still students and not graduates, they are already reporting that their education with us did good to their lives. Saying all that, we have challenges. And I thought that it is the place to share with you some of the challenges that we are sharing. And I'm sure that many of you know of these challenges and feel them on a daily basis. One of the main challenges that we have is our peer assessment. While we believe that peer assessment helps both students in assessing and by student being assessed, help each other and both in terms of learning how to assess our students, both to be open to different kind of thinking. Still, we know that we get at the same time as we get positive feedback, we also get students who feel that it doesn't work as it should be. We are working on it very hard, both in terms of making sure that the students know how to use the peer assessment better and improving the system as well. It is not there yet, but we are working on it and we hope that it will be improved. Another challenge that we have is plagiarism. We have heard some concerns, and we are in the process of working on it as well. We understand that there are cultural differences. While what considered to be plagiarism in one culture is not necessarily considered plagiarism in another culture. But we are an American university, and we have standards, and they are clear, and we all need to follow them. We feel that we need to strengthen our policies there and make sure that what we consider to be plagiarism will not be repeated will not happen and will be stopped. We are working on it and we hope to resolve it soon. I know that some of you complain that it takes time to get address issues take sometimes longer than they want to be resolved, and emails are not always answered on time. As such, as you know, we believed, and I mentioned it earlier, that that's the very reason that we started program advising. We believe that this issue is being addressed, and slowly but surely, it is not going to become an issue. Last but not least is our career service. We do realize that while as I mentioned before, our graduate work in great places, we do not do enough. We do not prepare our students enough to the job market, and we do not help them enough to be ready for it. So we introduce a career service center that offer courses to our students and give them help that they need. Saying that, we are a young organization with limited resources, and as such, we have much more to do, and we are planning, obviously, to do it. Last but not least, some students have complained that we should resolve all the issues before continue our growth. Some said, don't focus on growing before all these issues, many of them I just mentioned, are being fixed? Our answer is clear. Our mission is to ensure that no qualified student in the world will be out of higher education. We are there to open the gates for every qualified student worldwide. This is our mission, and that's what we should continue doing. Yes, we should fix all the challenges, but we should do them while we are growing, not instead of growing, and we'll continue doing that. I would like to actually end up my part of the discussion before opening the stage for you to ask and to share your experience and ask any question, to say that many of you ask me when I meet them and send me emails asking how can you help, and you can help, and we would like to encourage you to help us. The first one is help fellow students. We are growing, and as we grow, for the first time in our history, we don't have enough scholarships for people who would like to study with us. We grew tremendously. We have now about 6,000 students. However, we have a lot of students all over the world who have been accepted to the university but cannot start because they do not have the enough resources. So we hope that you can help us. And actually, I want to use the suggestion that I just heard in Australia a couple of weeks ago by our students who come and said we want to pay forward to other students. So after paying your exam, your own exam processing fee, from now on, when you pay for the exam, you will have the option to donate as much as you wish, if you wish to do so, towards scholarship for students in need. So if you feel that you can pay more than $100 for the exam and pay a bit more to help other students, we encourage you to do so. We are going to create a fund where all the money that is being collected there will go toward other students who need it. That will be an amazing help for the students who needs it most, and by you, those who can do that. By the way, if you wish, on the upper right side of your screen, you can click the button of pay it forward and donate right now, if you wish to do so. The second thing that you can help us is by spreading the word. This is a very important task of the university. Yes, we're growing. Yes, we are much bigger than we were a year ago. Saying that, there are so many people out there who need our help, who do not know of our existence. I keep hearing every time people who said, wow, I didn't believe that you are there. I didn't know that you are there. Then they realize that we're there, but it's hard to spread the word. As I mentioned, there are 100 million people who need our services. Well, we need to spread the word for them to know about us. You can help us doing that, and nobody can help us as much as you, because hearing about us is great. Hearing about us from students who have the experience, students who are satisfied from what they are learning with us, is the best way to spread the word. So word of mouth is what counts, and that's your mouth. We would love you to share articles about us on your personal and social media account. You get them. You can see that we are getting a lot of positive media coverage. We would love you to share it. We hope that you will write about us on social media. We hope that you will share your comments on our TED Talk that is already above 4 million viewers and had actually a great tool for us to spread the word about the university. And again, if you wish to do so, click the button on your screen to help spread the word. Each one of you, each one of us is part of higher education revolution. Each one of you is involved in a groundbreaking movement that we are creating. We are making the impossible possible. We're opening the gates of higher education for every qualified student, and you are there to enjoy it. You are there, hopefully, to help us spread the word even further. The more people hear about us, the more we will be successful, the more people will enjoy it. Remember, education, higher education, is a human right. If everyone had the opportunity for education, our world would be a much better place. So thank you so much. And it is the time now to answer any question that you have. So feel free to raise your hand or send us your question, and we will try to answer as many of them as possible. Please be aware that depending on the number of questions, we might not be able to answer all of them. So I apologize in advance. However, if you send us your questions, we'll make sure to answer every single one of them, if not online now, to do it later. Thank you very much. Is muted. Yeah. You're muted. Yeah. Can everyone see the question? Okay. So the question is whether credit from other universities can be transferred to our university. This is a great question, and I'm very happy that you answer it, because it's a major issue for a lot of students. We experience a lot of students who drop out of other universities for many reasons, had to stop it for various reasons, and want to go back and want to come to us and transfer to University of the People and transfer credit at this time. It might be because they studied and had to stop for personal reasons. It might be because of student debt, a phenomena that those of you who are from the US know very well. A lot of people accumulate tremendous amount of debt, cannot perceive how they are going to return this money that they owe, and they come to us in order to continue their studies. Up to now, they had to start from scratch. We could not transfer their credit, and if a student come to us right now, we said, you're welcome to study with us, but you have to start from the beginning. We are working on it. We believe that it's very important to enable students to get credit for courses that they studied elsewhere. But saying that, it's not a simple process. We're working on it. It will take time. I hope that soon we will be able to introduce it. Probably at the beginning, it will be only for students who study in US institutions, just for the very reason that in order to accept them, we need to evaluate what they studied, how their courses compare to our courses. So it's a very intensive and expensive process that we will undertake, but it will be for us possible to do it at the beginning for students who study in US universities, and hopefully later on will be able to roll it to other universities as well. But thank you for asking. It's a very good question. Thanks.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Adagba Weno from Nigeria, and I want to ask, what are our chances of being accepted into the MBA program? What are our chances of being accepted into the MBA program?
Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for the question. Another great question. And for those who did not hear it clearly, the question was whether what's the chances to get into the MBA program. Forgive me for not answering you personally about your own chances, but for everyone chance. As you know, we announced and we started our MBA program last September, 3 months ago. It was after a very long process of developing the courses and getting our accreditation agency to recognize this degree and to let us start offering it and enrolling students. As we enroll, we have 6,000 over 6,000 applicants who tried to enroll into the program. Obviously, we couldn't take them. We're starting with small number, and the reason for starting with small numbers is because we want to make sure that what we're doing is good. What we're doing is actually good with high quality. And in order to ensure the quality, we are taking small numbers, building it slowly. But the idea is, and this is the positive point that I want to share with you, is that the idea is to grow, gradually to grow. So if students apply and have not been accepted, even though they meet our standards, they will be able to apply in the future and be accepted again. We are there to open the gates. We are not there to be the most exclusive in university. Many universities are very proud that only very few of the applicants are being accepted. We don't see it as our mission. To the contrary, we want to give the opportunity to as many people as want to study with us, and as many people who need the opportunity. And as such, we will open the gates wider. Um, we are open to everyone, and definitely to our own students and our own graduates. Um, but I would recommend just to go into our website and look for all the criteria for what needs to be done in order to be accepted. And I wish you all luck. I want all of you to see with our MBA program, because it means that you graduated with the bachelor to start with. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you too. Thanks.
Waiting for the next question. It takes time to bring it up. I'll drink coffee meanwhile. Hi, Debbie. Debbie from Florida. And if it is Debbie time, so nice to meet you again. Debbie is one of our first students. Welcome. If it's you, it says you only Debbie. Oh, it is Debbie time. Yeah, I see. So, so the question is whether we are going to have more partnership with other universities. The answer is that we're working on partnership with other universities. Um, we want, as many of you know, we have accepted over 500 Syrian refugees to study with us. Many of them while many of them are still in Russia, sorry, while many of them are still in Syria, um, most of them are outside in Syria in different hosting countries. We believe that we want to create an opportunity for them to be able to transfer to local universities. And the same goes to all of our students who want to continue with other universities. As such, in addition to the partnership that we have with NYU and with Berkeley, we're working on partnership with other universities to enable our students, those who want to continue after studying with us, after graduating with associate degree with us to continue with other universities to do so. Regretfully, I cannot announce right now the names of the university or the universities, but I hope to do so in the near future. And the answer is yes. We believe that giving the opportunity to our students is very important to the students. It's also very important for the University of the People to build our reputation and our recognition among other great universities, and we're definitely working on it. Yes. Um, Well, so David, I would start by saying that we are UO people. We are not UOP. Um, we keep saying it, but it's so natural for people to abbreviate UO people. Can you bring back the, yeah, to abbreviate UO people to shorten to UOP. But whether you know it or not, UOP is taken by University of Phoenix. We are not University of Phoenix. We're not trying to be University of Phoenix. So we keep our brand as UO people. And if I keep, every time I see UOP, jump and say, we are not UOP, we are UO people. I hope all of you will take it and also make sure that we are only UO people and not UOP, and I do it all the time. So actually, thank you, David, for because I should have started this talk by saying we are UO people and not UOP, but so thank you for doing it. Okay, so the question is how your people our accreditation by the DEAC is compared to other accreditation agencies. So DAC is a fully accredited fully authorized accreditation agency recognized by the Department of Education, and it has formally exactly the same accreditation power as regional or any other accreditation agency. Saying that, it's up to, let's say, universities or workplace to determine whether this accreditation is good enough for them. We believe that it is good enough. We believe that national accreditation um, holds a lot of power, both in the US and worldwide. In many cases, it's harder and stronger than regional accreditation, but we are not ruling out the option to be in the future accredited by regional, even though we feel that being accredited by Distance Education Accreditation Agency, which is the agency that specializes exactly in what we do, which is distance learning, online distance learning, is very important for us. We are very happy with the way we are being perceived by them, and we are perceived by others. And if you look at the people who are behind the university, all of them are very satisfied with our accreditation. If you look at the universities that are partnered with us, we feel that we are very blessed to be accredited by the DAC. We might in the future want to be accredited by other accreditation agencies, but it is not instead. So far, to our knowledge, our students benefited from this accreditation status, and we hope that it will continue to be this way. Yes. Um, well, whether the university will be able to help people with immigration. Um, I'm not sure. The question is a little bit too broad for me to answer, but I will try. Um, we help immigrants. We believe, as a university, we believe that every single person on earth deserves the right for higher education if she is qualified to do so. We believe that education will pave the way for people for a better future. And this is especially true for immigrants, whether they are refugees, whether they are formal immigrants or where they are undocumented immigrants. All of them will tremendously benefit from their education. It will help them with their own life. It will help their families, their communities, and their hosting countries. So we believe that by giving them education, we're helping them. If the question was related to undocumented immigrants in the US, we do know that under the DACA, those who are studying will get an advantage in their immigration status, and we are very relevant for us. We do know of a few students who came to the US as undocumented students, study with us, and by being our students, um, actually it helped to legalize their status. As you all know, we have a new president in the US, and as we all know, we do not know what the future holds for all these regulations for immigrants. We do know that we open our gates to every single person who wants to get higher education. We don't care about the legal status of this person because we believe that any human being should have the basic right for higher education. And we believe that on a personal level, it will definitely help everyone to study with us. On a legal level, it depends on the country that they are in and what's the status of people who study in a accredited American university. Um, okay, so so a question from Facebook, as you know, this gathering is being live on Facebook, so we have quite a few Facebook viewer, and they join us as well. So the question on Facebook is whether they they can use a laptop, an iPad to study with us. The answer is definitely yes. We make sure that our students can study with us with any computer, with any internet connection they have. So it can be a computer, it can be laptop, it can be iPad, and it can even be cell phone. Well, while it is not very convenient to spend hours every day, reading doing your studies on cell phone, it is possible, and we have quite a few students who do that. So the answer is definitely yes. Moreover, um, in most of our programs, you don't even need broadband. So many of our programs are text-based, and if we want to use broadband, meaning sending our students for video, to watch video, or to listen to that require audio or require broadband, we do it as an optional, it's not mandatory. So the answer is any internet connection, any computer, uh, people can study with us, and the answer is yes, and they're welcome to do so, and we experience that. Yes. Bringing up the next question. It's not a question. Oh, thank you so much. This is indeed not a question, but it's very uh, heartwarming. Thank you very much. We get a lot of comments from our students about what it does to them. We are there for people who um, feel that what we do is what they need in order for their to advance their career and to have a better future. We are very happy to do so. We hope to do more for many others, but we are extremely grateful for our students because they are the people who made it happen. And they are the people who sometimes, in spite of the difficulties, know to appreciate what we are doing for them and what we're doing with them. And I think that while we like to get all this thank you, we should all remember that this university is a university of the people, by the people, for the people. It wouldn't have been happening without our students, and the thank you uh, goes to you as well. So thank you, especially for the. Okay, so um, I wonder if this is if Tarek is a student, but um, we have on our actually site, you can go and volunteer to become an instructor. Uh, we have 5,000 volunteers. As such, we do not use all of our volunteers. We are unable to offer all of them ways to volunteer. We feel very bad about it because if someone come and say, I want to help, I want to be part of making this amazing change in the world of higher education, I want to make it happen and I want to be part of it. Regretfully, we do not need so many volunteers and we cannot offer opportunities for all of them. So when people sign up online, we take their name, we take their details, and if we have something to offer them, we obviously contact them and offer them the opportunity. Not necessarily that, as I said, we cannot guarantee that we'll have the opportunity for everyone, but the more we grow, the more opportunities will be there. So for those of you who are not students, who would like to become part of us, I highly encourage you to go to our website, to look at, to click on volunteer and fill up the a form, and we hope to be able to get back to you soon. By the way, for those of you who do not know, we are lean heavily on volunteers. I mentioned earlier our president council with amazing a president of great universities. I also mentioned our provost, vice provost, and our deans, but it goes on and on. Obviously, I'm a volunteer and I'm the president, but also our CFO is a volunteer. Our VP for strategy and planning is a volunteer, and so goes to our course writer and our instructors. All of them come to us as people who volunteer to make this dream come true. So we lean heavily on our volunteers. They made this mission or this a great dream happen. It wouldn't have been happened without them. I announced the university in Munich in January 2009, almost 8 years ago. And the day after it was announced, the New York Times wrote a page about it. And the next day, we already had hundreds of professors sending us email saying, we would like to volunteer. We believe in what you're trying to do. We want it to succeed. These are the people who came on board. These are the people who made it happen. These are the people without whom the university won't be successful and definitely won't be with the quality that it is right now, because the people who are with us are people with amazing quality who contribute their knowledge to make it happen. So besides thanking them for everything they have done and continue doing for us, I encourage anyone else who would like to be part of this great movement to join us as well and help in any way they can. No, it was not asked, and thank you for asking it. It's a good question. Uh, we started with business administration and computer science, the two degrees that are most in demand worldwide, the two degrees that are most likely to help our students find a job. Our students come to us in order to have a better chance for their future. These two degrees are the two degrees that are most likely to help them get a job. And as such, help them, their families, their communities, and their countries. So that's why we decided to start with these two degrees, health, computer science and MBA. And obviously we see the demand in our university as well as in other universities. After running for a few years, we realized that there is more to do. We realized that in many parts of the world, health science is more important than anything else. We are in close touch with the Department of Health and Human Resources in the US, which is the equivalent of the health department in other countries. And what we learn is that in many cases, many epidemics and many diseases are not being handled simply because there aren't enough health employees. Simply because in many cases, nobody is able to collect the data in order to gather it, analyze it, and deal with the diseases. As such, we have decided to launch health science, and with great help of our supporters, we developed both associate and the health science degrees. And we started teaching it in September, and we see great demand, rightly great demand for this program. At the same time, we also realize that for many of our students, and not only our students, bachelor degree is not enough, and there is a strong demand for MBA. As such, we decided also to develop MBA. We are considering whether we want to develop other degrees, and if so, what would be the next degrees. If we offer other degrees, they will be similar, the same reasoning behind them. On the other hand, we should be very careful. We should all remember that we are tuition free. Our ability to be tuition free is because we use everything that is free on the internet, such as open source technology, open educational resources. We never send you to buy textbooks, but we use material that is free on the net. And volunteer, the great volunteers that I keep talking to them about them throughout this call. This enables us to be tuition free. But our ability to be tuition free is also stem from the fact that we are very, very lean in our operation. There are limits to what we can do. And if we spread to have too many degrees and do many other things that other great universities do, we won't be able to be tuition free. And when we look and measure what do we want to do and how to compare what we need to do to the importance of it, so we only do the things that are extremely important and we feel that we cannot do without them. So developing many degrees is very expensive. Running many degrees is simultaneously is very expensive. So we might expand to other degrees, but we'll do it slowly and cautiously. Yeah. That's my answer. So with this last question, I want to thank everyone. I would like to thank everyone for being on this great call, great event, the first in our history. I'm very, very proud of having this opportunity. And again, thank to Shindig for giving us the platform. Thank all the people who work very hard to prepare this event, and for you, the students who took your time and participate in it. I would be very thankful if there are questions that we couldn't answer, we will obviously answer later. If you have more questions that you, oops, just now I remember that I want to have a question and I forgot to ask, you're more than welcome to ask it. But also, this is a new experience for us. And we want to start a dialogue with the students. And while we are online and we never meet each other, and this is actually the first time that you see me live and I see you live, and I can see you live if you, not all of you, because it's a lot of you, so I need to move between the rooms in order to see all of you. And I have to admit that I haven't seen all of you because I was busy talking, but I hope that you had a chance to see many of your peer students. Saying that, I would like to thank you for taking the time and hope that if you have comments, if you have questions, if you have recommendations for future events, please feel free to send them. And thank you so much for being part of the university. And I hope to see all of you in the future and hear how all of you graduated and continue with great life. And thank you again for everything.